Hi everybody, and welcome to my channel. And here are my predictions for this weekend's championship matches. Let's start with Luton versus Queen's Park Rangers. Well, so far Queen's Park Rangers are third in the playoff places. Luton, they're 10th. So far, Luton have won 4 and lost 3, and they've drawn 3. Queen's Park Rangers have won 7 and lost 3 and drawn 1. In this one, I'm going to go for Luton 0, Queen's Park Rangers 2. Queen's Park Rangers to win 2-0. Rotherham United versus Huddersfield. Well, Rotherham at the moment are second from bottom. 18th. They're 18th at the moment. They did have a good start to the season, but they have dropped down the table. Huddersfield, on the other hand, are second from bottom. Rotherham so far have won 3, lost 3 and drawn 3. Huddersfield have won 3 and lost 7 and drawn 1. And they've won 2. Of course, Huddersfield won at the weekend when they beat Hull. In this one, I'm going to go for Rotherham 0, Huddersfield 1. Huddersfield to win 1-0. Bristol City versus Fulham. Millwall. Well, at the moment, Bristol City are 11th. And Millwall, where are Millwall? Oh, Millwall are 15th. Bristol City have won 5 and lost 6 and drawn 1. Millwall have won 5 and lost 6, the same, and they've drawn 1. In this one, I'm going to go for Bristol City 1, Millwall 1, a draw. I'm going to go for a draw. Burnley versus Swansea. Well, Burnley's results have picked up of late. They are at the moment 4th, and Swansea have 6th, because Swansea have won their last few games. This one, I am going to go for Burnley 1, Swansea 1. Burnley so far this season have won 5, lost 1, and they've drawn 4. Whereas Swansea, they've won the last 6, lost 4 and drawn 1. Cardiff City versus Coventry City. Well, Coventry are bottom of the championship at the moment. Cardiff, they're 12th. Cardiff have won 5 and lost 5 and drawn 1, whereas Coventry have only won 1, lost 5, and they've drawn 3. Well, you can see the reason why that Coventry are bottom of the championship. You've only got to look at the bottom of the championship to see where the results and where they are. In this one, I'm going to go for Cardiff 1, Coventry 0. Cardiff to win 1-0. Middlesbrough versus Blackburn Rovers. Well, Blackburn at the moment are 4th from bottom. Blackburn, they're 7th. Middlesbrough was one of my teams that I predicted would finish in the playoffs this season, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. And Blackburn, I tipped them to struggle. So far this season, it's been a funny season so far in the Championship. Anybody can beat anybody. Well, anyway, I'm going to go for Middlesbrough 0, Blackburn 2. Blackburn to win 2-0. Middlesbrough at the moment have won 3 and lost 6, and they've drawn 1. Blackburn Rovers have won 7 and lost 7. Preston North End versus Stoke City. At the moment, Preston are 8th and Stoke are 17th. Of course, Preston, when they play matches at home, they never seem to win by many goals. They usually seem to win by the odd goal. And of course, Stoke, and another team that are struggling at the moment. Of course, they've got a new manager, Alex Neil. He doesn't seem to be making much difference to Stoke. Well, anyway, I'm going to go for Preston 1, Stoke 0. Preston to win 1-0. So far this season, Preston have won 4, lost 3 and drawn 2, whereas Stoke won 4, lost 5 and they've drawn 3. Reading versus West Bromwich Albion. Least said about them the better. Reading at the moment, they're 5th. They're another team that I predicted would struggle this season, would be relegated, but at the moment they're 5th and in the playoff places, whereas my team, Albion, 3rd from bottom. And of course, if results go against us tomorrow, we'll probably find ourselves 2nd. Well, anyway, and of course Albion are looking for a new manager. They sacked Steve Bruce at the beginning of the week. I don't know who we're going to have, but it's got to be somebody who can turn these results around and turn around them very quickly. Of course, they'll have a break in the winter for the World Cup, which starts next month, and they'll all start again before Christmas. Well, anyway, I did predict Albion would finish mid-table, but I didn't think they'd be 3rd from bottom. We might be playing in the League One next season. No, next year, the way things are going. Well, anyway, I'm going to go for Reading 2, Albion 0. Sheffield United versus Blackpool. Or Sheffield United are top. And where's Blackpool? Blackpool. There's Blackpool. Let's have a look. Oh, Blackpool are 19th. Well, anyway, I'm going to go for... I'm going to go for Sheffield United 2, Blackpool 0. Saying that, though, it'll probably end up being a draw. Of course, Sheffield United lost last week to Stoke City, and Blackpool drew with Norwich City. So at the moment, Sheffield United have won 7, lost 3 and drawn 1. Blackpool won 4, lost 6, and drawn 1. Like I said, I'm going to go for Sheffield United. Sunderland versus Wigan. Where's Wigan at the moment are 9th, and Sunderland are 13th. Sunderland were another team that started off well at the start of the season, but they're beginning to drop down the table. It always happens where a team starts off well and then later in the season they start to lose matches and drop down the table. Well, it looks like Sunderland are going to start. I did predict, though, that they would stop up and and as for Wigan, I predicted Wigan would go down, but so far they're 9th, and like I said, and Sunderland are 13th. Anyway, I'm going to go for Sunderland 0, Wigan 0. I'm going to go for a goalless draw. Watford versus Norwich. Well, since Seven Blivage has taken over Watford, they've only won 1. That was Stoke. They've lost the last few games. Watford were another team that I predicted would finish in the playoffs, but doesn't look like it's going to happen. At the moment, they're 14th. And of course, Norwich are 2nd. This one, I'm going to go for Watford 1, Norwich 2. Norwich to win 2-1. Watford have so far won 4, lost 4 and drawn 2, whereas Norwich, they've won 7, lost 3 and drawn 2. Hull City versus Birmingham City. Well, Birmingham are 16th at the moment, and Hull are 20th. This is going to probably be another tight match. I don't expect there to be many goals in this. Of course, means that both teams are struggling at the moment. I'm afraid to say Hull City, they've won 4 and lost 7. If that's not relegation form, I don't know what is. And Birmingham won 4, lost 5 and drawn 2. I'm going to go for Hull 2, Birmingham City 0. Well, that's the end of my predictions for the Championship. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all again in another video.